Hello YouTube! The month of June this year really changed the sea conditions in all possible ways. The sea was very murky as you saw in the last video and then got a bit cleaner, and towards the end of the month it got warmer, making it murky again. Just for the info, the fish in this video were caught in the period from 15th to 21st of June. The visibility was far from perfect, but it was at least good enough, so I had some time to react. I saw a big shoal of bluefish shining beneath the surface about 15 meters further from me, and I barely had enough time to turn on my camera before they were already below me. I knew I had to pick one and shoot it immediately, and that's what I did and managed to hit one through its gills. Bluefish have their own path, and if you're on it you might get a chance to shoot, and you should do it fast or they will escape. Moving on, I did some combination of ambushing and sneaking, and when I was hidden behind the rock, the shoal of salpus with this pretty big sheephead bream at the front came by. They were moving pretty fast and my whole body was almost fully wrapped around the rock, but I still managed to hit it pretty good. The hit was solid but a bit high, so I made sure the line didn't get stuck, otherwise it could tear off, but luckily it didn't. The same shoal of bluefish came by once again, but this time they already knew what's up and they were simply too fast and far away to shoot. Next off, I saw this salpa swimming alone and I cowboy dived and shot it and actually hit it, but it somehow fell off. I hit it in the eye, so that's probably why it was spinning like that, and I managed to grab it and dispatch it. The thing about salpus is you have to clean them right away, cut their stomach open and remove the guts and gills, and as long as you do that right away, they will taste totally fine. I ambushed and waited for big mullets or sea bass, but as you can see, nothing came besides small gildhead sea breams at the fringe of visibility. Saw a shoal of salpa swimming behind this rock, and I saw one of them was a bit wounded and I tried to shoot it, but I missed. I ambushed into the shadow here, and since I have a dark wetsuit, that works best for me. For all of you gamers out there, it's almost like finding a glitch to escape the map in Call of Duty multiplayer and shooting other players from outside the map while they simply can't see you. Same scenario in the next dive, and you might remember this rock from previous video, and the salpus also came from identical directions, so I probably found their path. I thought the heat was bad, so I walked the dog a bit, but then I saw it was right through the middle of it and I knew it was mine. Friendly reminder to clean them up ASAP to prevent their vegetarian guts from starting to decompose, which by the way happens very fast and ruins the taste. This ambush was about 10 minutes later under the same rock, and this decent sized golden mullet came into the range, so I shot it. Same as with salpas, mullets are also ground-fed fish, so clean them up ASAP. They are my grandpa's favorite, and when I see a big one, I always shoot it. I came across the rock that was covered by something that looked like some fish eggs. If you know what this is, please comment below because I have no clue whatsoever. Some more sneaking and I saw a few salpas grazing, so I immediately knew there is probably the whole shoal behind that rock. It was very shallow and I had a lot of air left, so I just chilled and waited for the right moment. When they moved behind the rock a bit, I took advantage of that to get closer, and because the sun was right behind my back, the maneuver was perfect. Despite sneaking up to them perfectly, I still managed to miss, but I guess it wasn't their time yet. I was looking around here and saw a small gilthead sea bream inside this hole, so I moved on. Another small gilthead was down there and I tried to approach it just for practice, and as you can see I could absolutely smoked it here, but I didn't felt like it, so I let it slide. Doing some deeper ambushes here, and the terrain you see here would be perfect for Dentex in my book. A lot of cracks and bumps which forces the fish to swim into the range in order to check you out, so this works pretty good for closing the gap. I was ambushing every 20 meters or so, and that usually works best as you can cover a lot of bottom to not miss something. This was recorded on 21st of June when the sea temperature reached 27 degrees Celsius and the visibility was bananas again. I saw a bunch of smaller breams, so I knew something bigger must be close, and that's why I waited for so long. despite pretty bad conditions, I managed to get this big gilt head sea bream into the range limit, and you almost can't see it on the video, but the shot was perfect for that distance. The shaft went through its gills and exited out of the mouth, so that's perfect considering this is a classic 2-band 90cm spear gun. If you've been watching this channel for some time now, you know I rarely catch gilt heads, but this one was very solid and I'm really happy about it. That's all for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe as it helps the algorithm and ensures you won't miss out on the future content. Thanks for watching and stay safe while diving.